comfort, weight, and warmth. This is the trifecta of sleeping pads. Now, finding a single sleeping pad that is comfortable, has maximum weight savings, and is incredibly warm is very difficult to find. And with so many different options out there on the market, especially when you look at an air mattress versus closed cell foam versus a self-inflating pad, which one is going to give you the trifecta of sleeping pads where you are getting maximum comfort, maximum weight savings, and the most warmth possible? So let's talk about the difference between closed cell foam pads, inflatable pads, and self-inflating pads, and why you might choose one versus the other for the different conditions you find yourself in out on a backpacking trip. Let's talk about closed cell foam pads first. My least favorite of the bunch. So a closed cell foam pad is going to be what I would say the least comfortable option when it comes to a sleeping pad. I mean, look at how close I am to the ground. And I gotta say, as much as engineering has been put into this particular pad from Nemo, this feels like I'm sleeping on a brick. And just the idea that I'm so close to the ground and it's not very wide, it doesn't have a really high R value, this is just not a really comfortable sleeping experience. And if you're choosing to sleep on a closed cell foam pad, then you're probably spending a lot of time in the backcountry. Maybe you're on a through hike or something, and you just want the simplicity that a closed cell foam pad provides. Now, let's say that you want to maximize efficiency for cleanup and setup of your bed each night and morning, then there you go, you're done. Like, it's that simple. But the trade-off is you lose all of the comfort that comes from having a full-size pad. Now, this is a torso length pad that I purchased in that length specifically, but you can't tell me that this is comfortable and an awesome night of sleep. Other types of closed cell foam pads that are super popular are these 1/8" thick type of foam pads that a lot of times are used for a myriad of different reasons. You're putting it on the ground as a sit pad, you're putting it underneath your air pad for some additional R value for your sleeping pad, but you are not looking at this going, heck yeah, I'm gonna get a good night of sleep from this. It's just not gonna happen. Unless you are in a mental state where you've decided this is what I'm doing and it's going to be awesome, which I guarantee not the case. So next on the list here is a self-inflating pad. This is a pad that's going to achieve 2 of the 3 items very well. In terms of comfort, this is a comfortable pad because it's got a piece of foam on the inside and it's going to be very stable for all sorts of different sleeping positions because when you inflate it, it's going to provide enough support to manage your body weight and spread that across the length of the pad and just be a super comfortable option. Some of the most nights of sleep that I've spent on a sleeping pad have actually been a self-inflating pad. When I started backpacking as a 11, 12-year-old, very frequently the pad that I used the most was about a 3/4 inch thick Thermarest self-inflating pad. Also, in terms of comfort, you're also getting a really nice warmth aspect to a self-inflating pad. You achieve an R value pretty quickly because it has a piece of foam on the inside of it, and that's creating a great barrier between you and the ground, and it just is a great option that way. Where a self-inflating pad suffers is in terms of the weight and the bulk that they are inside of your backpack. These are just bigger because you do have a piece of foam on the inside, and you notice they're not very thick, and in order for this to be small enough to go inside of a backpack, you have to reduce the thickness of it to make it not so bulky. And when you increase the thickness, you get into the realm of a Nemo roamer. You get into like the Zenvivi option or Xped, those like 4-inch thick, like mega mat type of sleeping pads. And those are just not suitable for backpacking. So you are losing some R value aspect by having a thinner pad, but it makes it so it's not quite as bulky. So for summer use, this is a really nice option that is very comfortable, and I highly recommend this for anybody that's looking for something that is different than a blow-up air pad. And I'll note this as well, even on this trip, I got a hole in this pad and it was so easy to find and it was so easy to patch. That is not always the case with a full inflatable air mattress. Got Cooper over here hanging out with me. But let's talk about air mattresses. This would be probably the closest option that you can get to having the most comfort possible, the maximum weight savings, and being as warm as possible. So let's use the Big Agnes Zoom UL as an example. This is a phenomenal sleeping pad for 3-season use. So if you're in temperatures of freezing or above, you're gonna be warm, you're gonna be comfortable because you've got a really nice quilted, dimpled baffle pattern on here that just spreads your body weight, supports your body weight really well, and it's very lightweight, anywhere from 17 to 19, 20 ounces, depending on which size pad you get. And the real benefit to these is now that pads are coming in much wider sizes, you're getting more comfort out of that, as opposed to in the past, technology was, well, we need to have a pad be 20 inches wide for us to achieve lightweight options. And now fabrics have advanced so much and insulations have advanced so much that you can have a 25-inch wide pad that is very, very comfortable and super lightweight. But then you've got other options that they just build off of those ideas of comfort and weight and your warmth aspect, and they may focus on one of those a bit more. And the Nemo Quasar, in my opinion, is one of those options that this has a lot more focus on comfort, in my opinion. And by that focus, you actually lose that weight savings because this is just over 2 pounds in weight, but this is arguably one of the most comfortable pads out there on the market, and it's going to keep you nice and warm of a R value over 3. So when you look at all 3 different sleeping pad styles and you look at a closed cell foam pad and sleeping on something like that versus this option, what you're gonna go for? Are you gonna take the weight penalty of the air mattress and save on the bulk aspect of how big a closed cell foam pad is? I would say that close to 100% of people are gonna say, I'm gonna go with the air mattress because of the comfort and the weight savings and just the overall versatility of this pad. These are amazing. Like, these are the way to go, in my opinion. So when you're looking at the 3 options, I would totally rule out a closed cell foam pad completely unless you are using it as an additional layer underneath your pad to add more R value, to add more protection as a barrier for cold weather situations. That's kind of really the only time that a closed cell foam pad is going to make sense. I would never use one as a standalone sleeping pad for me going out on a backpacking trip. A self-inflating pad is still a great option. The downside is the additional bulk from it having that foam on the inside, and so 99% of the time a blow-up pad air mattress like this is just the better option. So what's your favorite sleeping pad to use for your backpacking trips? Let me know down in the comments section. Thanks for watching today, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Hope you have an awesome day. See you later.